Hi crafters, this is Raquel with Paints and Glitter, and I'm coming to you today with the latest Tonic Craft Kit. I welcome you to my channel, of course, and I just want to let you know that if you're unfamiliar with Tonic's Craft Kits, this is a monthly subscription that you can get, and it is an amazing value. You can purchase these as a one-off purchase if you only want to try it out, but I highly recommend that you do subscribe, as I have, because you get a code that you can use toward every purchase that you make at Tonic Studios, either UK or US. I'll have them both linked below, and that's 10% off of absolutely anything that you purchase at any time from Tonic Studios. So let's dig in. I did take a small peek, so I just want to show you what's in here. I'm going to also show you a project that I will make with this kit, and then I'm going to come back and share a short tutorial on how you can create exactly what I make with this, okay? So I want to let you know, every kit comes with Nuvo product. Every kit comes with a little wallet. As you can see here, I already placed my little sticker on the front, and the name of this kit is A Lifetime of Adventure. So the color of the sticker gives you a little sneak peek as to what the color family might be. Super adorable. But let's start with the Craft Perfect. I already took the wrapper off of this just for time's sake, but this is absolutely stunning. Tonic Studios now has Craft Perfect 6x6 papers that you can get just like this. In this pack, you're going to get a total of 4 different colors and 6 of each. So that's quite a lot for you to work with. And there are 250 GSM in weight. And the colors in this particular collection are Imperial Blue, Cobalt Velour, Blue Obsidian, and Turkish Turquoise. That color right there is going to be, oh my gosh, so popular because it's absolutely stunning. So this is Mirror Cardstock. I'm going to share with you the hue that you get in that. And of course, I'm trying to avoid some reflection, but it is stunning. If you like blues, this is such a gorgeous collection. The next one is Cobalt Velour, and look at how gorgeous that is. Just the really silky color of that paper is absolutely elegant. So this is something I would use for a wedding invite, something like that, maybe an anniversary gift. It's just gorgeous. The next color is the Blue Obsidian, and that's this one here. Very elegant, very classic. I would say that's like a true mariner's blue. And then the last color is the Turkish Turquoise. And if you like turquoise, if you like the colors of the Mediterranean Ocean, Greece, that sort of thing, this is your color. The next thing that you're going to see in your kit is going to be a little bag like this. It makes your project making so much easier when you have everything that you need right off the bat. And that's what they've done this time around. You're going to get your Craft Perfect low tack die tape. This is wonderful. I've been using mine for about a month or so, and it's wonderful, of course, to hold your dies in place so that your paper doesn't shift around and that sort of thing when you're die cutting, but you can also use it for different techniques. So more on that later. You're also going to get a full adhesive roll, and this is adhesive tape runner. It is 8 millimeters by 8 meters long, and it is solid clear tape. So this is super cool for card making, of course, because it makes it a whole lot faster when you can just grab one of these. If you go to crops and that sort of thing, this is super useful, and you get that nice tack there, but it's a nice strong adhesive nevertheless. The next thing you're going to get is a Nuvo embellishment mousse. You're actually getting a full size, which is a wonderful value. This is High Tide Blue, a nice gorgeous pearlescent blue. And I will be using that in the project so you can see what it looks like. And last but not least in this little bundle is the Stone Drop in Lady Liberty. Gorgeous color. And this is a nice textured drop. So the little nozzle there is actually wider than the other ones because it's going to give you, let me just swatch it right here. It's going to give you a nice sandy finish on that drop, but you're still going to get that nice punch of color. So I look forward to playing around with that, of course. So let's move on to the actual dies and stamps, because they always come with a little wallet that you can go ahead and place in your little binder that is also available from Tonic Studios. So you can be nice and organized. And inside, there's a full collection of dies and the stamps to match. So let's start with the stamps. They read adventure, laughter, love, the ampersand, so it says and, collecting memories, born to roam, let's explore, adventure awaits. This little tiny one says happy travels. It says wanderlust, magical moments, strangers are just friends we've not yet met. And then the last one here is a little circle, and it has a little airplane in the center, and it says please send us via airmail. It's so cute. And then it has a little airplane, a little heart, and then the little tiny trail that you can use behind the plane, of course. So let me show it like this. There we go. That way you get a kind of cute little view of that. So it's a nice small set of stamps. So that lets me know that the dies are going to coordinate with the size as well. And this month, you get a mini album set. Oh, it's so exciting. Okay, so let me share with you what these dies look like so that it makes sense. You're going to get the base of a mini album, and this is so cool because it has this nice rectangle base here, and then it has this portion with little score lines. It also has the inset die here that's going to cut little holes into your paper so you can thread maybe some twine or ribbon through it. And it has this portion here which almost looks like the sail of a boat, which I think is so perfect for a Mariner blue mini album with all these travel themes in it. So that's super neat. And then here I see right away, this looks like a little compass to me. I see an airplane and I also see a globe. So this is for the traveler in your life or just someone who loves learning about different parts of the world and that sort of thing. I think this is just wonderful. It has a little frame here. By the way, this has a stitching edge all the way around here. And also some little banners for the sentiments. They're going to match the stamps. And there's also this little luggage tag. I think that's so cute. There's a little sentiment here. It says, let's see here, lifetime, a lifetime of. That's going to be neat because it's going to, of course, coordinate with the stamps. So it's going to say a lifetime of adventure or a lifetime of laughter. So super sweet. And to go along with these dies, there's also layering dies, of course. So let me show you that. So I can tell right away that there's another option here for the front of that mini album. And this one is just this texture here, but it also has the little frame that's going to have a nice edge to it as well. It's going to be kind of like that embossed edge, if you will. It gives it a little bit of beveled edge is the word I'm looking for. So I think that's really neat. And then it has the tiniest little tags that I've ever seen here. And I'm sure those are little pull tabs that you can use throughout your book. It has this little swoosh here. So it doesn't match a stamp in and of itself, but it's still cute. And then also there is a little sentiment here that will emboss onto your paper. It says London, New York, Rome, Dubai, and Paris. Oh, la la, I like that. That's really cool. And then there's also this other rectangle here. So you get two different ones to choose from. This one actually has that kind of beveled edge with the little kind of like the ticket stub corner. Whereas the other one's just rectangular, but it does have stitching lines. And then here's another layering piece for your tag, a little circle to match one of the stamps, the one with the little airplane. This is going to match one of the sentiment. I love that Tonic does that. They have the little sentiment and then they have a little shadow to go along with it. And then there's a little banner that will match these smaller stamps in your set. And another piece here perforates the rest. So that's going to be wonderful for the pages that you can place inside your mini album. The kit also includes this piece here. It creates a little pocket. It has stitching all the way around and then 3 little tabs that you'll fold in to create the pocket. And then it has its own little layering pieces. One of them is solid and then the other one has an intricate design with another piece of that globe. How fun. All right, so let's look at the papers because that's also important. Studio sends your papers in this nice little wallet as well, or folder, because it's open on 2 sides here. You can put this on your shelf, easy access, and then we can look inside, and I don't think, okay, I don't have the listing of the names of the papers, so you'll receive a little insert when you get your kit, and it's going to have the insert in here with all of the names of the papers, so that way you can also have the little numbers that you can look up on the website should you choose to order more of it. So what I can tell you right now is that these are classic card papers in a variety of colors. So beautiful. So let me separate those. That's what I always like to do. I like to separate out the regular paper, which is about, I would say 80-pound weight if I'm not mistaken. And of course, I'll list below the names if I get those, but this is gorgeous. So there's the two different blues there. Absolutely beautiful. You're getting this kind of almost like a coppery brown color, and then the nice linen color here, or cream. And by the way, they all measure, let's see here, 11.5 inches long by 8.25 inches wide. Okay, and then you get this gorgeous glitter, turquoise glitter paper. Look at that. So beautiful. What I like about this paper is that it doesn't flake, so you can cut it. You're not going to have little bits of glitter left all over your desk, so it's really beautiful. And then there's this satin golden paper here. Really elegant also. And last but not least, there's a specialty paper. Specialty papers from Tonic Studios are always so unique and gorgeous. And you can see it's like that, also like the obsidian blue from that little pack of paper, only this one has almost like, let's see here, what texture would I describe this? It reminds me of raw silk a little bit, but you're going to want to get your hands on it. You can also, by the way, color on the back of this because this is white, but I'm going to come back and share with you a sample of what I'm going to make. And separately, what I'll do is I'll have a tutorial so that way you can follow along should you choose to make a similar project. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so here's the result of what I made. It's this adorable little mini album. It measures 5 by 5.25 inches. And it has all of this beautiful glimmer that you can see here. It's very reflective because of that gorgeous cardstock that I was able to use. On the left-hand side here, I took advantage of that turquoise lake glitter card, and I also used that beautiful die here that looks like a sail but has all of these little intricate pieces here. As you can tell, I did a little bit of inlay there just on the little compass part, and I repeated that beautiful turquoise glitter cardstock there. And the outer portion here is the Imperial Blue Mirror card that was in the Craft Perfect Blue Hues collection here. So it was the very first one there. I used it again over here on this side and on the little banners and sentiment. The other thing that I did was that I embossed into this paper here. And you're going to see in the tutorial that I did it on this side and I covered it up, but that's okay. I went ahead and repeated it here with this mirror card, and it does say London, New York, Rome, Dubai, and Paris. Very pretty. The sentiment here reads, "A lifetime of love and laughter." I used that same Imperial Blue cardstock for the sentiment up here, and then down here what I did was that I heat embossed the sentiments onto that cream colored cardstock that also came in the kit and cut them out using the dies that were the little banner, the small circle, and I staggered here the mirror cardstock behind the sentiments just to give it that little pop of color. Then this darker teal cardstock also came in the kit, and I used it again here on the side and on the back of the book. Here I wanted to point out this twine that I used here is actually also from Tonic Studios, and it's in the marigold yellow. I just thought it would give it a cute little touch of contrasting color, and this will be explained in that video as well. So you're gonna want to watch it. And then here I'm gonna show you how this opens. It's so pretty. So it opens to this side, and then I went ahead and used the ginger pie cardstock throughout this project. You're going to see that, but here I used it to line what's essentially the spine of the book on the inside, and the small circle die that was included in the kit I used here. I just cut it in half. Then when you open it, here are the pages. So what I did here is that I made all of the pages the same. I repeated the ginger pie cardstock here with the two little circles cut in half, or the one circle I should say. And then over here I repeated the teal cardstock. What I used was this die combination here, and there are two of them. There's this one with this lattice look, and then there's the other one that has that global kind of design there. So on here, I cut it out of the Imperial Blue cardstock for this little pocket, and then I used all the little bits and pieces that cut out and went ahead and made an inlay here by gluing in all those little pieces to the background. And the outer portion here is Imperial Blue, whereas the outer portion here is the Turkish turquoise. So I hope I didn't say that backwards, but that's what I did. I saved all those little bits and pieces, and the little rectangular frames that come in the kit were what I used to double mat my little frames here. I also use the sentiment that says adventure. Just went ahead and stamped that there on another little banner. And I could not resist stamping out the little airplane with his little trail because that was so dainty and adorable. I love tiny little details on anything. So I went ahead and used that there. And of course, you can match the papers if you want to, or make them pop by heat embossing, anything that you like. Now, the little pages that I made here are a total of 4 pages, okay? That's what fit in this little book, but of course, you could expand this by cutting the paper and adding an extra wide piece of paper in between. That's really up to you. I mean, the possibilities are endless with this type of craft, in my opinion. But here what I did is that I took advantage of the die that pierces the paper. I made the little holes on the side. I threaded my cord all the way through, tied it on the top, and added the little luggage tag available in this kit. I layered it with the stamped sentiment, and then took a red pen from my stash and just went around the border there, just give it a little pop of color. Here you see that I created the little pocket by just folding over, of course, the paper here and adding that extra one on this bottom edge. I repeated that on every page. They all have a little insert that fits quite nicely, and you can, of course, decorate this edge here if you want to. I didn't do that for this particular book, but here's the second page. I added another little pocket. This is also part of the kit, of course. And here's another little tag. What I did was I cut off the top so that instead of it being like the little luggage tag, it's just a little tag with a hole there. I threaded some twine and took advantage of the other little stamps, of course. The airplane I stamped in 2 different colors, and then there is a tiny little heart stamp in this kit, which I think is so adorable. So where the 2 airplanes met, there's a little heart there. And what I did here was that I used also the little tabs. They are so darling. Each page has one of those as well. I also used that glitter cardstock. And at the very back of the book here, so this is the center back, I added another little pocket and another little tag, this time using the glitter cardstock, and then the little sailboat that came with the stamp set, which is equally adorable. I added another little tab here at the top. I just thought that was so cute, and I wanted to give it some little ocean waves, and for that I used the little stone drops. I just added them on there and just let them, you know, spread them out a tiny little bit, but this has a wonderful texture. I had a lot of fun with that. So aside from this gorgeous mini album, which I think could be so much fun for anyone in your life who loves to travel, I also went ahead and had some playtime with the Nuvo products. So if you recall in the beginning of this video, there was the High Tide Blue Mousse and the stone drop that came in this kit. I went ahead and mixed both of them, and the first card that I'm going to share with you is this one. I made a circle easel card, what I did here is that I took some vellum. It's one of my favorite mediums to use in crafting, and I colored it in using that Nuvo mousse. I also took that same die that I referenced earlier, this one here, and I cut into a piece of white cardstock. I just cut it out multiple times on the same paper and used my little dauber here, and it's still blue as you can tell, and I just pounced the color after I had already colored the vellum with just swooshing is what I'm gonna call it. So once that was done, I had my beautiful textured background to work with, and I cut out that piece of vellum using the same die that I used to cut out the circle here, which is just a circle die from my stash from another Tonic die set. And I also inlaid a separate circle, which was smaller than the diameter of the larger one, of course. That gave me a little bit of a border left over. So if you can picture just a little disc, I snipped into that and I used my quilling tool, and here are the little kind of banners that I was able to make, and they just add another extra layer of texture and shine and dimension to my card. Now, if you're wondering, these pieces here are what were left over from my book. So I just wanted to point out, you don't have to let things go to waste. What was intentionally cut away from this portion here to make it short, if you can see it's this long, I went ahead and snipped it so that it would fit my page. Then I took all those little leftover pieces from all 4 of my pages and I adhered them to this circle here, and I cut that out of that specialty cardstock that came in the kit. It is absolutely stunning. And what I did was then I snipped away at the border that was left over on the outside, and then right in the center there I took the smallest little circle, which you can cut out using the die kit. I went ahead and cut that out with Imperial Blue, and then behind that I placed a larger circle with the Turkish turquoise mirror card. So that gave me that kind of look that brings the eye this way, and that's where I placed the sentiment, lifetime of. I cut it in the same exact Imperial Blue cardstock, layered it again in white, and then with chipboard. And then behind all of that is this, what looks like white in the video maybe. It actually is colored in with the stone drop. So there is this nice texture all the way around. And then in the background is that gorgeous blue obsidian cardstock. This all opens like so, because it is an easel card, and I'll be sharing pictures at the end of the video. But there you see yet another little circle here that I used to pop this up with the dimensional adhesive from Tonic. And then I added the little banner that says love, and also repeated that in that Turkish turquoise color. And I just love the way this came out. Now, I wanted to add a little pop of blue just on the edge of this, so you probably can see it over here against the white. And for that, I did take a glitter marker from my stash, and this one is Imperial Blue, and I just went ahead and colored all the way around the edge. That way I'd have a nice dark edge to match the outside of my card here. So moving along, I want to share one more card with you. I also made this gorgeous card here. Now the kit comes with this beautiful honey gold cardstock. It also comes with a carrier sheet for your dies, and that is made of a pretty pliable piece of acetate. I took the dies off of it and the little sticky strips that come on it, and I went ahead and colored it in using the Nuvo mousse, and I mixed it with the stone drop. I also took a brush and I just kind of made it into waves, if you will. I was just having some fun. I cut that out using the die that creates the mini album. I just placed it onto the acetate and only cut up until about here, this line here, so that way I could fold it over. And if you see here, there's the edge piece here, and I covered those edge pieces using the blue obsidian cardstock. And then from the specialty paper, I cut out the largest rectangle that is available in the kit. And I took a white pen, drew around that border just to make it pop out a little bit more. Then using that same sail-shaped die here, I cut into my pieces that I created little boats with, if you will. Now, what I did is I cut it out of white cardstock first, and then with a separate piece of white cardstock, I did a dry brush technique using the mousse with that beautiful blue color. I also mixed it with the Snowdrop, and it gave me some gorgeous texture. So if you can tell, I mean, this is the same product on acetate in the background, and then here it is on white cardstock. And I wanted to show that you can get a variety of looks depending on how you use the product. And this just reminded me of driftwood and that sort of thing. But of course, because of the shape, I was able to make those beautiful sailboats. If you recall the kit, that was the Sassy Shell bag. It created a little shape that looked almost like a little mermaid tail. I actually cut that out of that blue obsidian cardstock, and I snipped it so that it would create this little shape here. And then just to give it a bit of a mosaic effect, I did take some more of those little rectangles left over from the other dies, pop them down here, and again I cut out the tiniest little arrow that's available in the set to create the little banners for my sailboats. And I think this would be wonderful for anyone who's maybe retiring or just celebrating a special moment in their life. But of course, if you need an idea for a masculine card, I think this is perfect for that as well. So I do hope that you have enjoyed the projects that I've brought to you today. Please let me know in the comments which one you like the most. I highly suggest that you partake in the kit subscription if you haven't already signed up for it. It's a no commitment type of subscription, so if you want to end it at any time, there's no problem with that. You can skip a kit if it's not to your liking, and you get the benefit of the 10% discount on anything else that you purchase from Tonic Studios. So if you only want to purchase one kit also, you can definitely do that as well. And I just have a lot of fun creating with them. I think they're wonderful. I want to say thank you to Tonic Studios for sending me this kit to work with. I look forward to making many more projects for you. And as I always say, I hope that you can be inspired and be blessed. And I thank you so much for watching.